What's up, guys? Adrian Amaral with 911 Gadgets. I want to wish you guys a happy new year. Today's January 1st, 2022. New year, new money. For those of you guys who are new to this channel, 911 Gadgets is about technology, about fixing phones, fixing computers, how to make money with fixing tech. So if you guys want to start your own cell phone repair business, go to 911gadgets.com/cell phone repair training. Get that 5-day curriculum for $39.99. It gives you the sources, what you need for tools, inventory, marketing strategies, and the most important part is it gives you access to our private Facebook group called 911 Gadgets Support Team, where there's over 600 people who are ready to just help each other out. In today's video, we're gonna dive into cryptocurrency. It's based out of tech because it's digital currency. So this following video is a recording of a meeting that we had. This meeting is brought to you by my good friend Arshea and one of the group members, Parker, who I'll leave his details down below. If you guys have more questions, go ahead and message him or call him. For those of you guys who want to learn about crypto, this video is for you. I'm also pretty new with crypto, so this is going to be very beneficial for those who are trying to get started, who have no idea what crypto is, Bitcoin, and all these other coins. In this meeting, we talk a little bit about what the blockchain is. We talk a little bit about Ethereum, what NFTs are, what is Bitcoin, what is cryptocurrency, long-term investment versus short-term investments. There's just a whole bunch of questions that are answered here, and there's going to be more meetings to go, so be sure to keep in touch with us. Again, Parker down there will help you out. So watch this video, learn some, and new year, new money.
Okay, so the way like all the nodes work, right? So if we just do a transaction, like, I don't know, like I sell you something, right? It's just us two that are saying that happened. And normally, online, I think it's kind of the same thing, where it's just really just two people have said that a transaction happened. They're using some kind of software to ledger that, right?
Like PayPal,
or to broker
Zelle.
that deal. And then but it's all that, right? So on the blockchain, we say that it happened, but also like it independently gets verified by thousands of nodes everywhere. So that's where like it's 100% accurate, and everything that you see or everything that happens on the blockchain, you can see because it's independently verified by all these thousands of nodes across the world. And every single blockchain is kind of built similar with their own, spin on it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty interesting, man. Like it's really, it's a way to take away any type of manipulative power, where you can kind of hide stuff, and like, it's very honest and just straightforward.
One of the biggest questions I had, and people ask, like, how do you trust it if it's all computer based? What if the internet goes out? How do you pay for your stuff?
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess, like worst case scenario, like, we nuke the world and the internet goes out. Yeah. I mean, obviously your crypto would be lost, but at the same time, I think you'd have bigger issues. Like we'd be going back to like a gold-based system anyway. So like, or something like, so
people are so skeptical about that. But then what I respond, and I came up with this the other day, we're so used to Facebook. We're so used to YouTube. It's like saying, what if YouTube doesn't exist tomorrow? People don't even know. They don't even think that. It's become such a norm that they need to see crypto the same way. Like, it's not going anywhere. You ask, do you think YouTube's going tomorrow? No. You think it's going to be here forever? Yes. How long has it been here? 12 years? 15 years? That's the answer to that question. It's not going away, The internet is here. And if you can trust YouTube will be there forever, you can trust crypto will be there forever because it relies on the same technology, which is computers, right?
In some ways, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Or internet. Internet?
Yeah, it relies on the internet, the connectivity of everything, right? And there's a lot of other technology that has absolutely nothing to do with the blockchain that's in play right now in the world, where they're developing satellite, like internet by satellite, and we're working on all sorts of different technology like that's really going to move us forward into the future from that aspect as well. And then the blockchain just gets to take advantage of that, because now the blockchain is more connected. Now it's easier to get access into more remote areas, places where there hasn't been a lot of infrastructure built. But now it can be reached by satellite, like lots of places in South America, that are honestly like they're in the mountains. Like it's hard to freaking build stuff there. It's not like it's just they're, like the government doesn't have money. It's also because it's freaking difficult. It's expensive, so, like it'll really connect the world in a new way. And that's kind of the idea behind crypto, is really to take away this idea that like, the US has money and, France has their own kind of currency, and like everyone's so separate. Right.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a way to bring it back, to where the governments aren't controlling our money anymore, because all money is agreement between me and you that this has value. Right. Like that's all it is. It's a make-believe thing, to be honest. Like money is just, it's an idea. It's an agreement that we have decided as a society. So why can't we just shift that agreement to something that's called the blockchain? And because it's more honest, it's less controlled, less manipulative, but by individuals, because it's decentralized. It's controlled by everyone. Right. So everyone has a say in it, and that's what kind of keeps it honest. And that's where, it's very interesting where this future is going. Like talk about like New World Order, and like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist or necessarily think that, anything like that. But when you see where the technology is going, it's really connecting the world and the people that, that are in it. Yeah. The metaverse is going to bring, way more connectivity. And, when I say the metaverse, I was actually reading an article about this today. So it's kind of deceptive to say the metaverse, because there isn't one giant one that's being developed, right? There are multiple metaverses that are hosted by each individual company, right? Like Facebook will have their own metaverse. Yeah. And different video games will have their own metaverse.
What do you compare a metaverse to? What is a metaverse? How could you compare it to something that exists right now?
The Matrix. You've seen the Matrix. Yeah. That's the easiest, just quick comparison to it would be the Matrix. Obviously, we're not plugging it into your brain. You're having to get on all this fancy hardware, like the goggles, and they're developing AR right now, like chest pads where it's heat and cooling, and there's like impact. If you get shot, you feel it.
Blowing my mind. So you'll be able to jump from one metaverse to another metaverse to another one and meet people within that metaverse or whatever?
Not yet. So that's where everything is separate, right? And that's where investing into the metaverse kind of gets a little tricky, because like one company will be like, oh, like we're developing the metaverse, right? But that's just one company. It's just one company's metaverse, right? So you have to remember, it's not like the big thing. They're not all plugged together. In fact, they're all extremely independent from each other.
Got it.
So what about the NFTs? Like, how would you compare that? Like, what is it? What are they?
What are the NFTs? So like NFTs, really simply, is just anything that is like a collectible or like is a one of one thing, right? So like this notepad, it's just the one notepad, right? So like I could mint this as an NFT, and now this is the only notepad of this in the world, right? A better idea would be like,
like a digital item, not per se physical.
But it's just digital. But the digital item can represent something in the real world. And that's where, you really see the revolutionization of some of these industries, things like the real estate industry, where we no longer need title companies, because we don't need a third party to say, okay, you have the money. Okay, here's the title. Here you go. And thanks for the 10%. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, we don't need someone to do that anymore. The blockchain does that all for us independently. So it verifies everything because it bounces off all these nodes thousands of times. So thousands of people have said, yep, that transaction happened. And you can just have the deed as NFT. And now I just set up a transaction. I set it up for sale, you send me the money, and it's over.
Yeah, because I guess like my biggest concern that I've seen so far is the fact that there's so many people like scamming people, fraud NFTs and things like that. How do you know like what something is really worth?
Yeah, so that's where it gets tricky, right? It's a lot of speculation right now, and so that's where you have to be very, very careful. Like like NFTs, I would say, are like one of the riskiest types of investments you could be doing right now, and that's why the rewards are so high. That's why you see people tossing in $250, and all of a sudden, 6 months later, it's worth six figures. And they did that on they bought like 5 of them, so they made $1 million. You know what I mean? Like that stuff is happening every day still. That like one of these NFTs today, I watched it. It minted today for 0.258. We were talking about it in the group, and it's at 1.2 2.8. So if you flip it right now, you made $4,000 in a day just for
It's like
pressing some buttons.
when the first pioneers came here to find land or wherever, years later, it's worth millions, to them. But when
Yeah.
you first find the land, it's like, oh, what is this? You just get it. It didn't cost you anything. But then
Yeah.
it's worth a lot later. And that's just happening with this digital stuff. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. So did I answer your question?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Parker, I want to, first of all, thank you for hosting the call, man. This is being in the group, learning a lot of stuff, man. So it's really cool. I'm Brinson. I'm in Tulsa and slightly familiar with the space, not too crazy, but just to be on kind of the overview topic of like crypto for beginners, is there like a natural stream of information that you're like, hey, this is the 101 to how you break down what it means to be in the crypto world and making crypto plays and investing. And I know all the things that we're talking about with metaverse and NFTs and all that comes along with it. But from blockchain 101 to Satoshis and all those different type of things all the way through, I think that could be super helpful for like the sequence of like, what does this actually mean for a beginner?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And yeah, my like actual, that'd be great. Yeah. So, like the blockchain, and now I'm going to blank on the creator's name, which is really embarrassing. But this anonymous guy basically made Bitcoin, right? Back in 2010, he released this white paper.
Like Yoshimoto or Yashido,
there you go.
What's it called?
Yeah, Satoshi.
Satoshi, yes, something like that.
So, so anyway, so he came out and he's the one that actually invented the blockchain. Like the Bitcoin is the first blockchain white paper, right? And it's been a long time since I've read the white paper, so I'm a little bit fuzzy on it. So I'm not going to get into the details on that one. But basically, it's set. It's very impressive, right? And it really set the tone for everything. And that's what Vitalik has improved on, with Ethereum and stuff. So I guess blockchain for basics, it's just a ledger. So it's just each block is a packet of data. It's just a big packet of transactions that have happened. So it's just a big ledger of everything that's happened on the blockchain, right? So that's what all the blocks are. And in order to get the blocks, in order to make the actual blocks, you have to have these computers set up to mine them, right? And they do, from what I understand, some pretty fancy algorithms to do some very difficult math. And it's kind of a race between the miners, actually. Whichever computer figures out the algorithm first is the one that gets rewarded. So that's why you want to have more computing power, faster computer power, all that stuff. So, they mine it. They collect the fees from all these transactions for confirming the block. All the transactions that are in that block, they get all the fees from that, right? And they make the block, and then it gets published basically on the nodes. All the other nodes start confirming it, and that's what the blockchain is, right? So you're able to interact with all of these nodes through that process. All right, so you're able to send money, through borders very, very quickly. I don't know, percentage wise or anything like that, but it's like insanely faster than the internet, and insanely cheaper because it's decentralized and doesn't have all these extra banking fees and taxes and all this other bullshit that they try to put on you when you just want to send like $100 to someone in a different country, right? Like it costs a lot of fees to do that, and the idea behind Bitcoin was it's not going to cost fees. It gives the people back financial freedom where they don't have to go through all these third parties just to interact with each other in a financial way. And obviously the bigger picture of that is like just people interacting without the third parties at all. Just the decentralization concept that's really been, I guess, adopted and has become the center of where technology is heading, especially obviously everything in this space, Web3. It's all based on this decentralization factor, which is, maybe a company builds it and maintains a little bit of control. And that's a little bit more centralized. But a lot of these companies, what they do is they make the product, they put in the seed money, they build it. And then what they do is they hand over the control to the people that have invested into it. And that's where it becomes decentralized, right? Where the company no longer has, hey, we're doing this. It's no, everyone's going to vote on what happens. And then we're going to proceed from there, and everyone kind of has a say in it. And that's kind of the true decentralization thing. Here, let me get down to your question.
Hey, Parker. My name is Oscar. I typed a question in there. I'm from Tulsa. For those people who are a little bit newer to the crypto, are there some coins that you're confident in currently? And also, what platforms are you utilizing to minimize fees? Since we were talking about fees.
Yeah. So Coinbase Pro is a good one that has some cheaper fees. I think they've kind of gone up a little bit recently. But I mean, I do pretty much all of my buying through Coinbase. It's just the most convenient. For me, sometimes I will dabble around and look for cheaper fees on Binance. For me, I'm in Texas, so I have to get a VPN to use Binance because for some reason, Texas doesn't let you sign up for Binance. So I don't know if that's a US thing or whether that's just Texas, but Gemini is another exchange started by the Winklevoss twins, the guys that Zuckerberg screwed. They started Gemini. They're Bitcoin billionaires. And crypto.com obviously is another one. But so the reason I use Coinbase is just because of the variety of coins on there. They have probably the most coins on there out of any one of those exchanges. And then that's just kind of why I've always used them. The ones that I would believe in, I mean, Ethereum is a solid bet. I'm like, I wouldn't say like an Ethereum maximalist. I don't think Ethereum is going to be the only blockchain, but I think, compared to Bitcoin, it's probably going to be longer lasting. I think that Bitcoin has a lot of flaws with it. It definitely led us into the future, but Ethereum has definitely improved quite a lot on a lot of the flaws that Bitcoin has, right? As far as like utility, like Ethereum's utility is insane. Everything basically right now is built on Ethereum. Anything that's being built on all these new blockchains, that's all like new, very new. Ethereum has been the leader and is still by far, the leader in what everything is built on. So what's up?
I like the raising hands. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I see people making money with crypto left and right. Some of my friends are telling me. So what is the way people are making money with it versus long-term investment? And you can answer that if you're not done talking about what you were talking about. You can answer that afterwards. But how can we start making money? What do we need to start learning to be able to make money with crypto? Or is that just something that I got an idea? Like it's just not true.
No, there's tons of people that are making money doing, like actual trading, right? And I'm not like a day trader. I don't do all of this stuff, right? I make plays, I might enter a trade and sit in it for a week and then sell and make a couple grand. But I don't do the whole, like, I'm not trying to maximize different currency levels and switch it. I'm not doing all that. There are people that can get into that, and, I can point you in the right direction if that's what you want to get into. And a lot of people are making a lot of money doing that stuff.
You can do whatever you want, Adrian. Yeah. You can long-term play, or you can day trade crypto if you want. Okay. It's really whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of people that are just accumulating Ethereum and holding it. There's a lot of people that did that same thing with Bitcoin. They accumulated a lot of Bitcoin and just held it for 10 years and then cashed out and never worked again.
Got it. All right.
So there's different strategies, and it's really about how much you want to dive into it. Like if you got a full-time job in your own life and you have a whole profession, like I want to, I'm going to go into crypto now. You know what I mean? Like just take that money and smartly invest it into crypto, and you're going to grow way, like that's a great investment strategy. You know what I mean? And we're going to, with the point of the group is that everyone is kind of going to be doing good investments. Like we'll help each other along, and helping each other buy the dips, and, just keeping everyone confident and not, getting anyone screwed in that. So
are we leaning towards long-term here in this group? Are we leaning towards that long-term? Yeah. Okay, cool.
Both. We do both. But
we do both.
The thing about the group that's cool that I hope you guys realize is that all we have to do in the group is be above average, because there's so many people that have no clue about crypto and what they're doing. And there's a lot of people that haven't even came into the crypto space yet. So as long as we stay, on top of it individually, and then we share ideas in the group, we should always be ahead enough to make a profit, to make some money compared to, because when somebody makes money, somebody else loses money. But for us, because we have, you know, we do our research and we have the knowledge and we share it with each other. It's like having our own hedge fund, basically, you know?
Yeah. And, you know, once everyone kind of really gets going, we'll be able to, you know, make moves, you know, strategically if we want and stuff, you know, so.
Cool. I'm excited. I'm excited to learn. I'm excited to make these moves with you guys. And
we're going to talk to Adrian after this chat, Parker.
Okay.
He's doing some big stuff and he wants to collaborate with us. So
awesome.
And you guys might see me move away from the screen. I am recording, so I'm going to watch this again. I'm getting customers as we speak. So
yeah, you're good, man. Definitely take care of your business, man.
Yeah, and I'm here though. I'm right here,
okay.
And I'll be asking some questions as we go.
Okay, awesome. So, so I'm gonna get to your question, Breton. I'm gonna go back to Oscar's question though, because he asked like a couple different coins, right? So I said Ethereum was one that you know, I'm pretty confident in. Some of the other ones, you know, I'll just go through some of the ones here that I'm personally. Where's my phone? Here we go. Invested in. So we got Ethereum. Cardano is another one that I'm personally invested in. I think that's a good one. Cardano is a completely separate option as a blockchain. The way that they have developed is through the scientific method, right? So they do everything through peer decision, peer review. So before they make any upgrades to the network, they put it to a vote, peers, they go through testings, and then they finally implement it. So very slow process, but very, very precise process where they have pretty much no flaws with their network whatsoever because they've taken the time to do this process the right way. Ethereum, Vitalik has commented many times that, you know, Cardano went through this process in the right way and he wishes that he had kind of done that, but they've gotten so big now, it's too late to go back and try to do that. So that's one that I enjoy. Polygon has been doing very well lately. Matic, that's a solution, a scaling solution, right? So the problem that we're seeing with the Ethereum network right now is that everyone's using it. That's the problem, is that it's so popular that the network is congested. So that's why the gas fees are so high. That's why it costs so much to do anything on it. So what Polygon does is say, hey, that transaction that you submitted, we're going to take it off of the Ethereum blockchain onto our blockchain. We're going to do the transaction over here, and then we're going to send it back to the Ethereum blockchain, right? And that saves a lot of money whenever they do that in the transaction fees and things like that. So for a lot of companies and, you know, games and things like that, you know, the transaction fees on the Ethereum network make their project literally not feasible because they have so many transactions that they need to do in order for their project to work. So this is where Polygon really comes in for those companies, right? So that's a scaling solution. So that's my favorite one, Polygon. Obviously Shiba is a favorite in the group. You know, they're building an entire ecosystem. They have a swap. You know, Chris, you know, is definitely really big into Shiba, and he can tell you a lot more about it than I can even. But that's, you know, one that a lot of people in the group are also invested in, right? I have a bunch staked as well. So Chainlink is one I've talked about in the group. It's an Oracle service. It's really the only Oracle service out there. There's like 3 other companies that are doing it, and Chainlink has like 5,000 partnerships or like 500, and the next best company has like 35. So when you talk about competition, there really is none for Chainlink, and basically Chainlink connects the blockchains. It connects the blockchain to your smartphone. It connects the blockchain to anything that is on the Internet of Things. It just connects data and allows it to interact and process between different mediums, right? So that's very important as we head into the future, and we want things to start connecting and communicating even more efficiently than they are now. Any of the gaming ones, Decentraland, Sandbox, those are good ones. One of the smaller cap ones that I'm looking at is Gala as well. UFO Gaming as well. That's one is a little bit more risky. And I'm planning on buying that one. I don't actually have that one yet. So, but yeah, these are all good ones. You know, any of the exchanges like Polkadot, Uniswap or Una, or a pancake swap, those coins, those are usually good, right? Because if the exchange is doing good, they have a lot of traffic, those coins are going to go up because people are using their program, and they're developing other things besides just their exchanges as well in the background. And some people are using, their apps already. You have a lot of developers in the space right now creating all sorts of different technologies. So yeah, Decentraland is another one of those gaming ones, if I didn't say that. So basic attention token, there's a browser you can download for your phone and for your computer, Brave. And if you use this, you actually earn crypto by watching ads. Like all you have to do is click on the ad, open it up, and then you can literally close it and you earn crypto for doing that. I got into basic attention token when it was worth 22 cents. It's now up to $1.23, right? So it's definitely grown since last year. I like the browser. The browser is a privacy centered browser. So it basically stops all that cross tracking that, YouTube tries to do and all these other companies tries to do. It just stops it. So you kind of get your data back and get a little bit more privacy. So it's a good product for that, right? So there we go. So there's a couple. Those are all ones that I'm personally invested in. That I think are going to do really well. Solana is another one. That's another competing blockchain. Solana is going to be really big in the gaming because the low transaction fees. But again, Solana is again a risk. Solana, the entire blockchain was paused and shut down at one point and then was restarted. So there's just, all these new blockchains, like entire new blockchains, they all have, those risks and stuff like that. When you have a big company like Ethereum around, they just have so much money invested into it. All it takes is for, 2 or 3 big companies to pull off Solana and say, we can't do it anymore. It sucks. We're going to go do something else, and then Solana could collapse. It's not going to happen for Ethereum. They just have too many things built on it at this point. The only way forward is for them to keep going. So, all right, what's up?
So blockchains, can anybody just go and make one? I don't know if you already talked about it, but if you did, I'll rewatch the video.
Yeah, if you wanted to start a blockchain, you totally could. You just need to find a niche and a purpose for it. And it's a lot of development and you need some PhDs and guys that are really, really freaking smart.
That's where you join all these different computers around the world to join your blockchain and stuff. Is that how it is?
Yeah, I mean, you got to kind of like recruit a lot of people
Gotcha.
into your project and get it kind of going. So going back. So one of the questions, can you explain the volatility of coins and NFTs? Volatility in the crypto space, a lot of it can be just the speculation. I mean, a lot of this is it's not fundamentals necessarily. There are some fundamental investments that you can kind of make in crypto, but most of it's speculative. It's just, we have all decided that Bitcoin is worth, $50,000. And then, now there's, trading and market makers and all that stuff that are coming into the space. But, the point is that it's all speculative and it's very swayed by policies. China bans cryptocurrency. Okay, well now crypto is going to drop 30%, but then they turn around and they unban it. And then now we go on a big pump. Like it's very reactive because it's so new. There's not regulations on it, from the US market anyway. There's other company or countries that have lots of laws surrounding it already, but that's the large volatility with the coins. As far as the NFTs, it's art. So it's like subjective value. And then on top of that, you have, utility is kind of, it's a buzzword, right? So there's lots of different kinds of utilities that NFTs can have. The biggest NFTs that you're hearing about right now are like profile picture NFTs or like these big 10,000 collections or, 6969 or 8,888. They have like these big numbers, right? And those collections, their utility is that they're basically offering the owners, like you get membership into their club, whatever their club is, you get membership into it. Their club might include, hey, we're gonna stake some ETH and create a token, and you can stake your NFTs, and then you're gonna earn that token. And we've created this ecosystem where you can spend that token on merch. You can spend that token on, we're going to make a video game and you can spend it in our video game. But the whole idea behind that is hopefully you can exchange that token for real life money and then you're actually earning passive income. So that's kind of like the hidden utility behind that. So the NFT volatility is based on, whether the project is fulfilling the roadmap that they've set out. Some of these projects set very, very ambitious roadmaps. And, if you're not a dev that's been in the space for a while, you might set some unrealistic expectations for your project on timelines and different things like that. And unfortunately, these are meme investors, right? NFTs, there's a lot of meme investors. I think that's the token term that they've got, right? Where it's going by hype. There's a lot of hype involved. So as soon as the community starts to kind of like, oh no, like what's going on? Oh, this roadmap didn't get executed perfectly. So now there's, people are disgruntled or just the bad energy. The whole thing could collapse because a couple people are in the chat just spreading bad news, and then it just spreads and this toxic atmosphere. So that's where, these NFTs could be worth, 1 ETH one day, and then the project could make an announcement and the community could not like that announcement. And then the team could be like, no, we're standing by it. And then the project just collapses. People start selling for 0.007 ETH because they just don't give an F, and they just want out of the project. So that's, NFTs, and that's why it's kind of risky, man. You really have to get in there. You have to get into these communities. You have to feel it, and you just have to trust your gut and know that you're probably going to end up losing some money in the process of learning, what is good and what to kind of look out for. And that's where the group comes in. I love if you guys, come across these projects and you DM them to me, I can take a quick look at them. And in most times, I can either tell them if it's worth your time even continuing to look, or whether this is like a total scam, especially when you're first getting started, you're going to come across a ton of scams. That's where the group really comes into play. So people are not losing a bunch of money on these rug pull type of projects. I got another question from Anthony. Did they answer everything, Brenton?
That was great, man. Thanks.
Okay. All right. So would you suggest ETH for NFTs as the best for at the moment for beginners, or projects built on Solana Polygon due to low gas fees? So it's really up to you and what kind of position you're in. The idea behind the Solana NFT, the art NFTs, the idea behind that was to give a cheaper option to the people because of the gas fees on Ethereum, and just because Ethereum is so freaking expensive, right? It was $200 last year. So that, if you put $1,000 in, you had 5 ETH. Well, that's worth a hell of a lot more now, right? It's like $20,000. So, it's a lot more expensive for people to just kind of get in and buy one NFT. Like even a basic mint is like $250. Before Solana blew up to the $200 that it's at today, it was like $40 earlier this year, right? So again, people bought, 5 of them, and now it's, worth, it's 5x. So, as far as those NFTs, I think it's kind of like you're bargain shopping, right? You're value shopping. So there's tons of people that are flipping those NFTs and making money. I'm not personally doing that. I can't advise you on how to really look into those projects, but it's even more risky than the ETH projects. Let me put it to you that way. And there's a lot of games though, like the NFT games and stuff. Those are all built on the Solana, or that are built on the Solana blockchain. And those would be great NFT investments, in my opinion, or some of them would be, right? So that's kind of where it's like different. But as far as the art projects go for Solana, if you want to flip, that's a great flip. If you want to buy and hold some NFTs and hope that they provide you utility and value in the future, I would look at the Ethereum blockchain more for that. And most of the NFTs that are only on a Polygon, we kind of touched on this in the group. There's not really many projects that are being built on Polygon that aren't part of an already existing project on Ethereum that they wanted to build something onto Polygon so that it was cheaper. And a good example of this is Decentraland, right? They have so many wearable clothes. They have so many different things that the transaction fees on Ethereum the project would not be it wouldn't be feasible, right? People would not be spending $100 on gas fees to get this $2, piece of, robe that they're wearing or something like that. So they had to go to Polygon, and they've made most of their wearables on the Polygon network. so that it's the low transaction fees. And that's where you're going to see, like, that's actually most of the Polygon NFTs on OpenSea and stuff is going to be like Decentraland wares and stuff like that. So like, that's kind of where you see all that. But as far as like art projects on Polygon, I don't really know of any currently. I don't think that they have a platform even to sell them really. It would have to be OpenSea. And most of the stuff that I see is honestly those scams. So when you get into OpenSea, you may at some point get one in your main wallet, or you may scroll over to the hidden portion of OpenSea and see that there's been an NFT airdrop to you from the Polygon network, most likely. And you're like, what is this? Where did this come from? Don't click on it. Don't interact with it. Scammers use those so that they can access your wallet, right? So if you click on it, if you interact with it, sometimes they can copy your wallet and drain it, and then you lost it all. So, but yeah, they're using the Polygon network for that. So that's kind of why I'm like, skeptical about NFTs on Polygon that aren't like super verified from verified projects, right? Like everything from Decentraland has a blue check mark next to it, and you can see like, okay, this is actually from that project. This is a legit thing. I feel safe buying it. And that's where the verification on OpenSea really comes in for these projects too. So, all right, that's good on that one. If you had $100, how would you break down your investment? Man, that's a good question. For me, if you only had $100, I'd just put it into one thing. But if we want to scale it up to like $1,000 or something like that, it's really up to your risk profile, right? Ethereum's a good bet, but if you put in, even if you buy one Ethereum, right, it's a $4,000 buy. It might go up to $5,000. You might gain 1,000, right? It could drop to 2,500, so you lose 1,500. So you can make $1,000 off of, taking $4,000 and spreading it up into a lot of different cryptos a lot easier. So that's kind of where it's like up to what your goals are. If you are buying and holding, put that $100 into like Ethereum or something that is going to be, higher value in 5 years. If you're trying to like flip some stuff, I would take that $100 and put it into some more speculative stuff and see what you can make from it. And then from there, pull out your initial investment and any profits that you want to take, and then spread that into the safer stuff and start building your safe assets while you're playing with your risky money, and hitting on that stuff. So, I mean, that's like trading strategies. And like, I don't necessarily want to be like guiding people and, telling them exactly how to run their finances. I can help you and point you in directions on that. But, like I can't. The one thing that is really hard to do, and that I don't think anyone, like none of these YouTube influencers, none of these guys, no one is really like 100% accurate on saying like, oh, this coin is going to pop off now. Like it's going to pop off now. Like there's lots of indicators in the market, and sometimes there's an announcement that comes out, and that's like, okay, obviously, there's a big announcement that's about to come out. It's going to pump it. But, when they're like, oh, Ethereum's going to, they've been talking about Bitcoin going to 100K all year. And that's what I'm saying. Like no one really knows, but there's been lots of indicators saying it'll go to 100K. There's lots of things that are saying it's going to go back to 60K in 2 weeks, and it's just all, I can't tell you when, but if you make the safe, if you put your money into a project that you believe in, and you can see historically on the charts that it's in a dip, that it's a good time to buy, then you're going to make money in crypto. Like you are going to make money in crypto if you're looking at the chart, you see it's a good time to buy, and you believe in the project, and like it's not some random shit coin that you just discovered. Like it's like Ethereum, Cardano, like any of the ones that I just named, or anything that's on Coinbase. Like these are all projects that are going to be around for a long time. Yeah, there we go.
Also, in most of the like apps, you can see the coins holders and the market cap. Like we have a lot of holders, like Shiba, for example. Like I just don't see Shiba failing because there's 1 million holders. That's a lot, So if it has a lot of holders, and if it has a big market cap, then it's safe to jump in, because even if it does dump, you have time to get out. It's not like 5 people control the whole coin price,
Yeah. But if you're trying to turn, $100 or $1,000 into, 5-6 figures,
exactly.
you got to look for the small cap coins, and that's where the risk comes in. I mean, it's risky. You're
just like anything else. If you want to throw a Hail Mary, it might get intercepted.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. There we go. All right. What else we got, guys? So we've kind of gone over a little bit of the crypto stuff. What the blockchain kind of is. The exchanges that you can buy it on, right? We got the Coinbase, Crypto.com, Gemini, Binance. There's all these different exchanges. And you just got to compare the fees. It changes all the time with the fees. Like one day it might be cheaper to buy on Binance, and the next day it might be cheaper to buy on a different one. It's just up to that exchange that day. I don't really understand all the behind the scenes stuff that's being calculated on that. But you can bargain shop if you want. When it comes to the NFTs, I would, stick to the Ethereum network, and unless you're trying to flip up to kind of build up some, capital, then maybe get down to the Solana. Like a lot of these NFTs that you're going to find on like these one-off websites and stuff, these are not NFTs that you're going to be able to be traded for a large amount of money at, where people are making money is on OpenSea. Like when you hear all these stories, people flip in, I made 50K in one day, like that's on OpenSea. It's happening on OpenSea. So if you want to be a part of that, like I would get into OpenSea. If you want to, get into the NFT gaming space, that is going to be all over the place. And you might end up on Solana, you might end up, on Ethereum. So it'll just kind of be what kind of games you're getting into. So
if you want to do NFTs, I personally feel like Ethereum is the best place to start, and we know enough about it to where we can help you out if you run into any problems. And most of the major NFTs are running on Ethereum anyways right now.
Yeah. Like
Let me ask,
all that stuff.
Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
I was going to ask, what are you mentioned OpenSea and Coinbase. What are some of the other major apps or websites that we should be having to, either source or get information for these things that we'll be finding out more about crypto?
Yeah, absolutely. So, and I have a Discord server. So one of the things, if you want to get into NFTs, you're going to need to get a Discord, right? It's just AOL. It's just a group chat app, right? And you can join different servers, and they're just separated by the servers. But I made a server that has a bunch of these links up, so that it's just easy for you guys to see them, and we can constantly add to, right? But yeah, I mean, as far as like, are you asking like more like where you can find new drops, or like just general information, or like, tracking prices, just everything?
Yeah. So basically, I mean, you have, Google to do all your email and search stuff and all that. Is there a Google for this space?
Twitter's your Google for this space.
Twitter, Reddit, Telegram,
Reddit,
Discord. Our group is probably the best place out of all of them, like the group that we have, because you're gonna bounce the idea or the question off of so many heads that are all in the space, and they're all reliable people. Like if you go on some of the other ones, there's chances that, like he said, people could try to scam you. Never, ever give out your seed phrase to anybody, and never connect your wallet to a website that you don't know what they're about or if they're legitimate or not. Also on Discord, never they will never DM you. Like no one from any project, no devs or moderators or any of that will ever direct message you in Discord unless you message them first. So like if somebody messages you and they're like, I'm the leader of this project and you want a free NFT, connect your wallet here, like they're gonna take all your other money.
Yeah.
So be careful. But our group is really good. Like that's why you guys need to get active in there. And that you asked about a Google, well, you got it right there. If you want to Google for crypto, if you ask anything, if I don't know, I'm gonna find out, and I'm gonna be curious to find out. If you ask something and I don't know the answer, I'm gonna try to go find out too. And if we all do that, then we're gonna be stronger.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't like, I love acting as a Google service. So please ask me a question, because this is pretty much what I do all day is just read about crypto. So yeah, I will find an answer for you if I don't already know it right there.
You're cutting out, Parker. You cut out. Can anybody else hear him?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, we'll give
We
him
lost him for a second.
until he realizes maybe he needs to restart the application.
Chris, let me ask you this. When it comes to people joining the group, what is your kind of stance on that? I know you added people in specifically, but are other people able to add other people in?
Yeah, as long as people are active, like we routinely go through and remove people that last time I checked like some old messages, and there was people that hadn't even read like the older messages. So we'll take them out. But like if you want to invite some of your friends and you know that they're getting into crypto and that they're going to be an asset to the group, even not an asset, but if they just want to learn and they want to get into the space and they're willing to stay active in the group, then yeah, just let us know and we'll get them in there. You know, but don't just go around and try to get, don't make signs and stand out on the side of the road or anything. But if you have friends that want to learn, if that's the point. We all invite a couple of close friends that are smart enough to do this and that want to do it. And, we don't get anything out of this. This is just like a community thing. Like it's for all of us to learn from each other. So the goal is to where you guys learn enough from us to where you guys are teaching us stuff later, and that's kind of what I do. I've got a bunch of people into crypto and now they do their own research and they call me and I call them all day and get information that way. And I trust them, so that's what this group is. It's a place where you can ask questions, whether they're, silly questions that you think might be silly or, really advanced questions. And we're going to find answers together. And that's it. But yeah, if you want to bring some friends in, just let me know and I'll get them in there. I'll send you a link that you can share with them.
Awesome, man. And thanks again for starting this whole thing, inviting me. And I got a few close friends that we have kind of a blockchain gang where we were kind of looking into NFTs and stuff like that. And so I heard about this and I was like, man, they would really benefit from it too. So
and we're working on a project for this group right now. We're not far enough along to where we want to share everything yet until we get the main developers and stuff like that for the contracts, the smart contract. But we have an idea and we're going to try to get any of you guys that are in the group, because I think we're under 100 people in the group. And we want to try to get anybody that wants to be involved in some way in this project, whether it's even if it's just marketing or.
I love that, man. Glad to be ready whenever that happens. And then the last, I think, question I have you guys ever, outside of the Zooms, ever done like a clubhouse meeting or something where people can be on and chat and
we've met it's a crazy story. We met in real life. A lot of these guys, one of them, Kenton, that just got on, he's in Houston, and we were in Houston, and we all met, all the Houston gang from the group met up and had barbecue. And BitBoy Crypto, I don't know if you guys know who that is, but he's an influencer in the crypto space, and he's pretty big, and he's made a lot of money. But he's one of the main dudes in the crypto space. But he heard us talking about Cardano or something, and he walked up on our table and started talking to us for like an hour about crypto, and it was really cool. And so, yeah, we would be interested in having, like a clubhouse or anything like that, and also meeting up, in different cities and different countries, and just we're all friends here. So that's all open.
All right. Sorry about that, guys.
It's everybody has different schedules. So like to meet in person, even for this meeting, there's a lot of people that wanted to be on here right now that, are working or they're on a work call instead. One guy had to rush his father-in-law to the hospital.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. So there's still a lot of people that want to get on the call, but to coordinate all of our schedules together, it's hard. We have people all over the world in this group. So it's hard to get everybody on at the same time.
Yeah.
Did anyone hit on the primate?
No, no one in the group did, but thank you for bringing it up because that's like a really good example of the power of our group, right? And I put the message out this morning and it was probably too late for me to put it out, but you know, things like that where we're in a raffle, right? Like if we move as a group, like we're going to be able to secure that for the group, you know, like, and everyone might not be interested into minting NFTs, but most people are going to end up with 0.25 ETH in their wallet at some point.
Yeah, we can make money just off of the numbers that we have in the group. Like, for example, if each person, say we have 50 out of 100 people in the group that are really active and really get behind like one of these deals with us and they want to mint something, and we each have 3 wallets in our MetaMask set up, 3 separate wallets. So that's 3 entries into the raffle. Times that by the 50 people in the group that are doing it, that's 150 entries in one of these NFT mints. And it's like, it's individual. So if you win, you don't have to share it with us, but it's still like our group, like, it's still a win. Today, if one of you guys would have got that mint, I would have felt a win too, just because it's like our group,
Hell yeah. Yeah. We're trying to make everyone in this group win. Like that's, yeah. Everyone in here can make money, a lot of money this year, and there's going to be tons of opportunities that we're going to share with you guys. And I hope that more people continue to share their opportunities as well. Cause I don't know every single opportunity out there. And I hope that you guys, get excited about this space enough that you start finding your own opportunities as well. And then that's where the power of our group grows exponentially when we got, everyone just coming up with all these crazy opportunities all over the place. So
it's good vetting power too.
I want to make something clear to everybody too, because this has been coming up this in conversation with people that I talk to. Like, it doesn't matter really if you want these NFTs. It doesn't matter if you can't see the utility in them. It doesn't matter if you understand, if they're going to be around for a long time or not. What matters is that you can buy them right now and you can sell them and make money. And you're either going to be making money or you're not. So, and we're making money. And I'm not saying like if you do, that do exactly what we do and make money. No, but you have the tools here to still make your own decisions and flip these things, buy them lower and sell them higher. And you don't have to see any value in them to make money.
Yeah. The money opportunity, it's just an opportunity to make money. I mean, yeah, absolutely. What other questions do we got, guys? I know we kind of been mixing it between crypto basics and NFT basics. Is there anything that you guys like, any processes that you're unclear on as far as setting up wallets, getting things bought, like the buying, selling process for the NFT or like anything like that you guys just want to go over?
Everybody needs to be moving from their exchanges like into MetaMask.
Yeah.
It's just going to make things a whole lot easier and better. You can still hook it up to a ledger to where it's completely secure, and we can help you with that. If you have more than a few $1,000s in there and you're worried about getting hacked, we can help you set up a ledger, which will keep everything you do having to go through your USB drive that you have.
I'm going to order my ledger today.
You did? Who's
I'm
that
going
kid
to.
in here? What up?
Oh, you didn't know I was in here?
I didn't see you. You're at the bottom.
Oh, yeah. I slid in. Yeah, but I'm going to get the ledger so I can put mine on there for sure.
Okay. Awesome, dude.
But yeah, MetaMask, and then because you can connect your MetaMask directly. OpenSea is the big NFT platform that we're using, OpenSea.com. It's one word. And you can connect it straight to your MetaMask. So I don't know how, I've never done it with Coinbase, but I think you can connect it with your Coinbase too. But
Chris, are you holding anything in Coinbase?
I do. I have some Cardano in there.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
So this is where like Coinbase, whenever you download the app on your phone, whenever you download the app on your computer or access it from the web, right? Coinbase is not a wallet. It's an exchange. So whenever you put money onto it, that's in a hot exchange, right?
You don't own those coins. You're basically renting those coins from Coinbase. Like they're holding them, and then if you need them, if you're going to transfer them out of there, they'll give them to you to take out, but you're going to have to pay them a fee. Well, on MetaMask,
It's like a bank.
yeah, exactly. You still pay a fee, but you're going to own those coins. Those are in your wallet. You can stake them. Essentially, with Coinbase, you're staking without getting rewards. That's all it is.
So basically, I need to move all my shit over to all my shit out of Coinbase because I have like.
I mean, I didn't want to come out and just say that, but yeah, I would suggest it.
Wait, okay, here's the thing. If you are planning on trading with that money, or like like buying it and you want it to just rise up and then sell it, like you don't have to necessarily move it to MetaMask, because the swap fees on MetaMask are a lot bigger than the swap fees.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, man. If I wanted to convert some SHIB to Mana or AMP.
Well, I mean, I would say though, I'm never really. I mean, I don't know. I got some ENS, some CRO, some Bitcoin, and some Cardano in Coinbase. I don't know if I should move all that over.
Like, just to give you an example, like when I bought Shiba originally, it wasn't on Coinbase. Like, you couldn't buy it from Coinbase. So like, if you're going to be trading, like if you want to trade like how we're trading and get into really new projects, you can't be in Coinbase. You're going to have a MetaMask. So you could leave, your savings in Coinbase, but I would suggest that everybody have a MetaMask to like NFT and day trade.
There we go.
I may be really rookie. I don't think I even have a proper wallet set up. I started buying all my coins through Cash App just because I had extra money and started building there. And so I've never even really, I bought and forgot about it, and it's grown, and I'm glad about it. But like, if you had to start with a wallet, where would you start?
Yes, you need to sell everything from that Cash App, because you don't own any of those tokens. Like, unless you can transfer those out, like you don't own those, and I'm pretty sure that you don't. So
I think they let you send it out now. I saw that feature. I just haven't done it yet.
Really? Okay. Well, if they let you do that, dude, yeah, send it to Coinbase, dude. That's awesome.
Either make a MetaMask, send them to your MetaMask, or sell them for cash. Take that cash and buy some coins on Coinbase, and then send that to your MetaMask.
Yeah.
Okay, so Coinbase is the place that you're purchasing the coins, and then you're transferring them out into MetaMask.
Yes. Yes.
Got you.
Yeah, but MetaMask does. I don't believe MetaMask supports Bitcoin.
And then you'll cash out through Coinbase as well. Or there are people that will buy Bitcoin and Ethereum for cash. There's car dealerships that will sell you a car for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Shiba. So depending on what you want to do, if you want cash money, you can sell them to somebody. You still have to pay taxes, but you can sell them to someone and get cash. Other than that, if you want to run them through again, you can run them right through Coinbase and cash out in Coinbase.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Is anyone, Chris? I know I met you in Tulsa. Are you still here in Tulsa, or were you just visiting?
I am right now. I am here. Yes.
Okay. Before you head out, I definitely want to possibly meet up.
For sure. Just let me know.
Okay, and then I'm gonna send. We were talking about like links and stuff before. So I'm gonna send this invite to the Discord server that has all these links. Okay, so you guys are obviously gonna have to set up a Discord, which will be good if you want to
post some useful links that I use to look at like prices, and to look at what my value. Like a lot of you guys probably look in your MetaMask to see your value of how much money in dollars you have. And I used to have to do like a mock swap in Uniswap to see how much money I had. But now there's apps that will tell you your value. Even some of them even include NFTs. So I'm gonna put them in here in the WhatsApp.
No, put them in the Discord, dude.
Okay.
They're just gonna get lost in the WhatsApp. That's why I want everyone to kind of start moving to the Discord a little bit more, is because the information just gets scrolled up and then you have to scroll through 300 messages. to find anything, you know. So like this will keep it a little bit more organized for everyone. But yeah, there we go. Any more questions, guys? I got to hop off here in about 10 minutes. You guys can keep going after I leave, but any questions for me before I leave?
Parker, where are you based at?
Houston. I'm in Houston, and I'll be here for a little while, unfortunately. So major airport though. But yeah, I might be coming up to Tulsa in a little bit. So anyone that's up in Tulsa, I would love to do a meetup if I make it up there in the next couple of weeks. Guess that wraps it up for tonight, guys.
Appreciate you again,
everybody.
Parker. Thanks so much.
All
Man.
right. Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
you, guys.
fellowship.
Thank you, Parker.
Definitely. Just, yeah, write down any questions that you guys got for the next one. You can DM them to me and I'll build up a list or something, and we can go from there. So
I'm posting those links in the Discord. I posted them in the group, and I'm going to put them in the Discord under what? What do you want me to put them under?
whatever you want. Oh, under the links, under the official links. If you, yeah, if you
And
can't.
then how do we get to the Discord?
It's not letting me post messages in this channel.
Okay. Oh, here. I'll have to give you permission. See, this is what I mean. I've like set it up. I'm still new at the whole Discord thing, but let me give you permission. Do whatever you
Oh,
want.
there's some really good links already in here.
Yeah. But yeah, let me give you everything.
If you guys have a Shiba, Leash, or Bone, and you want to swap those for Ethereum, I suggest you compare the swap with Uniswap and Shiba Swap, because Shiba Swap, I swapped some stuff for Ethereum the other day, and Shiba Swap gave me a way better deal, and it also supports like the Shiba community.
Swapped with Shiba Swap the other day.
Yeah.
All right, you should be able to.
And actually, I'm lying. I staked.
Oh yeah, you staked. Okay, there we go. Perfect.
All right, Chris, you should be able to post now.
And this Dex Tools link that I'm putting in here, this is where I find out about a lot of new projects, because it'll show you like the hottest pairs, like the biggest gainers, like Coinbase does. It shows you the top movers, but this is with like altcoins, like brand new altcoins. So a lot of people will just buy these while they're going up, and then once they get really high, they'll sell them, and they make a bunch of money that way.
Yeah, that's just right.
Really risky, because at any time they could just pull out all the money. If you put in a lot of money, they might be like, oh, well, that's enough, and then they'll just take out all the money real fast. But if not, you can get in and then get out and make some money as they're going up. And there's new projects like every day, at least every week.
Okay, it's been fun, guys.
When are we doing the digital real estate call?
We're going to be doing that next week or the week after, depending on everyone's schedule. I know we're still kind of with the holidays and getting back to work, and just, I just want as many people on that call as possible. That way we can, do it all at once. But yeah, I'll post a new poll on that one as we get closer to the weekend, so people can start looking at their weeks and decide what they want to do. It'll probably be like Wednesday or Thursday, though, a little bit later in the week. So,
well, thank you for doing this beginners class again for the people that missed it. All right, guys, thank you. I'm hopping off too.
Yep. All right. See you guys.